another episode of the best worst show. Now you know. Waka flocka and stuff. Welcome to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. Please take this time now to hit the like button and subscribe and share this with your friends. And make sure you make a comment out there in the chat. This shit's about to get lit. Yeah. Lit. Brought to you in part by Monkey in a Computer and Defango.com LLC and stuff. It's another fantastic episode of that show you watch sometimes. Sometimes. You gotta keep it together though, you know? Riggedy roll, riggedy ray. Everybody know I'm getting to play, but I'm not Steven Crowder, you say. So I'm not mean to my wife and stuff, eh? What we gonna be? What we gonna get to see? I don't know, but it's gonna be crazy. I can tell you that. All right, let's get this thing started. Yeah, let's get this shit started. Let's get this sandwich on the manwich or whatever. Oh, wow. Look at that. There's some people out there in the chat already. Welcome. Welcome to you folks out there that come to this show sometimes. It is I, Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And this is Griftcast IRL, that show that I do sometimes when we talk about news and stuff or whatever. Hopefully you're doing very well. I'm doing fantastic. Honestly, though, things are just kind of really good, I think, right? Really good. It's really good when you start having successes again and people start noticing what's going on with the same stuff that you are. Oh, yes. I always try to pay attention to what's going on, at least in the day-to-day, right? Like, that's what I got to do. I keep up on the Twitter. I try to figure out what's going on with all these folks. And it just essentially sometimes makes you wonder what these fools would even be up to, right? You know, I don't know why certain people latch their credibility onto other insane people, but you know what? They do it from time to time, and you just gotta yes. Duh. What time? Some people are just fucking dumb. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I was looking at my shit today, and like somebody named Electra G is tweeting me a Shane Cashman interview. Apparently Shane Cashman and Dr. Drew have joined the show together and we're talking shit about us. I asked him, I was like, cool, like what's the timestamp for that particular part of the video where he's calling us out? Because there's no transcript and I don't have time to, you know, scroll through an entire video because I got other shit to talk about. And then they're like, it's in the video. And I'm like, yeah, what time? You fucking pine cone, because you already saw it. So you fucking probably already know. Anyways, gosh, you gotta wonder sometimes, like what people do on the internet. Sometimes people are just silly. You know, some of us out there actually got shit to do, and you know, we expect you to do it on the same level that the rest of us are operating on. And by the rest of us, I mean me. And if you're not operating on the same little space that I am, then you're fucking up. That's your problem. Don't be looking at me to try to fix your issue. Oh, whatever. So what are we getting into today? Well, we got two different subjects that I've decided that I want to talk about for this particular stream because they're the only things I actually give a shit about. I got some other links in here too, off some Donald Trump stuff. If we get to them, if there's time, we'll get to it when there's time. Like, because I don't really give a shit about that. I really just want to give out content that I think is going to be good, where I'm talking about topics that I feel are going to be really, 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 real awesome. And I mean, obviously, it's not good to talk about other people's shit, right? But that's exactly what we do here. And I mean, ever since that we popped up on Rumble and we're verified, I've been noticing that some other people have been getting verified on Rumble on the back of your man Defango. You know, like, it's been kind of weird. Look at this right here. Look at that right there. They appear, but we're working to get them to appear much clearer. We just prioritize your account until we get faster search indexing for everyone. We also gave you a green check. And then there's Nathan Slopeman right behind me. Hey, now that how about prioritizing my channel? I just got a strike on YouTube and need somewhere to stream that I can count on. Nathan Slopeman is one channel, but for some reason I have two. The other one's Lift the Veil. Thank you. Done with a green check. Oh, wow. Wowie. Wowie, 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 wowie. So yeah, I guess I'm helping out. I'm helping, right? I'm getting people checks and stuff like that. Unlike some other people, Mersh, that didn't help anybody else, so they're always dicks to everyone else, even though everything that we do for you is to help you get bigger or whatever. I mean, stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. You could have done this for everybody else, but I've been trying to get all of these other creators on the YouTube to at least see the light in some kind of way. And, you know, it's not a very bright light, let's be perfectly honest, but it is a light because there are things that need to be happening. So apparently tomorrow at 11 a.m. or something like that, Nathan's going to be doing a stream revealing a lot of things that nobody knew about him or whatever. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to make it myself because I have to work tomorrow, but I only have one job tomorrow and I got to install Cradle Point. So like, well, I'll probably be able to end up there a little bit later, but where am I working? I got to go to Tahoe tomorrow. So, I mean, it's not that far. It's like an hour. Just like got to go up the mountain and then I get that fun ass drive where I don't have to hit the gas pedal and I'm just like, like that. It's basically like that. So, I mean, I recommend that you guys go check him out. I got to help people out. Unlike some people or whatever, I'm not going to hold the massive grudge or whatever. I'm not Gabe Hoffman. I'm not going to, you know, just completely shit the guy out every chance he gets, especially when he shows that, you know, he's trying to be a better person, number one, and really apologizing for a lot of things that, you know, he said because the way he ran his show back in the day. And it's what I was talking about with him a long time ago. So I think it's going to be at least a positive situation for him because I think a lot of people have the wrong idea about some of the stuff that he thinks. And I think that he didn't do a great job back in the day sometimes about being clear about what the character he was playing was. So I think it'll be pretty interesting. I always like to help everyone else. Like, I'm always down to help, right? Like, I'm always down to help everybody out. I will help you get your setup better, do something, you need a question answered. I'm more than down to help. I help, right? I'm not like these other people, and it's not about subs and narcissism and craziness like that. It's all about me just sitting here and trying to get up the courage every day to make a show for you guys. Because, I mean, it was hard for me. I was very successful. Everything went to shit. And I've realized that, you know, I'm in my place, right? But it's nice to at least be able to be myself. And, you know, I honestly will never truly even begin to start creating something new until I can be myself again. If everybody understands that, you know, unless we got our channel, it just doesn't mean anything. And right now we're building up our Rumble, I guess, you know, we're verified and stuff like that, which is fantastic. I love that shit. But, you know, it still remains to be seen how that's overall going to help us out. I mean, as at the present time, Rumble has been fantastic because we're getting views. We don't get views on YouTube anymore, guys. We get our views on Twitter and fucking Rumble. That's crazy. You know how crazy that is? Very crazy. Very, very, very crazy. But even with Twitter, it's an up and down stream. I don't know. I just think it's positive motion that we're all trying to show. Be a part of. Be good boys. So on and so forth. Because, I mean, not only should verification be a simple thing as, like, yes, you are the person that you say you are. You know, like, I should have been verified on YouTube a long time ago. Remember, I actually was verified on YouTube. And then they took that shit away from me. Because, oh, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy. Yeah, I'm a bad boy. Either way, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I got some news to get into today. I just figured I would kind of like waffle over that at least a little bit so that we could actually have something to think about or see or talk about. And let's get into the first topic of the day, the banner topic, right? Because that's what people actually come to the shows for. And then we can kind of huck around on the rest of it. But Steven Crowder seems to be the topic of the day. Steven Crowder seems to be the topic of the day for me because some things be happening. And what is that right there? Laszlo the Instigator just threw in a $2 super chat saying Crowder did nothing wrong. And then in parentheses, it says, I am an instigator. Well, thank you for your $2, Mr. Instigator, or whatever. I'm an instigator, too. I'm about to instigate a bunch of shit against Steven Crowder because, honestly, I saw this video today, and it made my blood boil because I've been perfectly clear, Mr. Laszlo. I don't fucking like Steven Crowder just as much as I don't like that piece of shit, Alex Stein. To me, they're just, like, unfunny pieces of shit. And I mean, today I just learned that Steven Crowder is even more of a piece of shit than I thought. And I mean, sure, it's a 3-minute video, but the banner line takes the side. So in normal fashion, I'll show you where it comes from. And it seems this Twitter account named Yashar Ali, who I believe has actually been exposed for something about a year ago and went into hiding or something like that. But I don't think that really has anything to do with this. I just know that this person's got a reputation, and I figured I'd bring it up to you guys so you were aware of it. But this person claims to have obtained over 3 minutes of video of Steven Crowder being emotionally abusive towards his pregnant wife, Hillary. In a statement sent to me, her family says she hid the emotional abuse she was dealing with for years. And the family of Hillary Crowder says that she spent years hiding her husband's emotional abuse from her family, that he lied about circumstances around their divorce, and that he wasn't present for the birth of their twins. Holy shit! Yeah, it's like that. That's how we're gonna start this one today. So yes, that's what's happening right here. This yashar.substack.com or Yashara's newsletter, Yashara Ali. Here it is. They got 34,000 subscribers, and this is their newsletter. So I definitely recommend that you guys go, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, you know, obviously go follow their shit, but send me money first, you know. Send me money first, then send them money. Pay me, then pay them. Not pay them, then pay me. This is Griftcast. I like money. Anyways, so the video itself is actually kind of insane. And I mean, their subscription's only $5 a month, so it seems like, you know, pretty worth it or whatever. And I mean, I'm kind of just shocked. I don't know if we should watch the video first or read through the entire situation here, but I think everything that we're going to need to know first off is going to be in the video. And this is from a Ring camera. So like, you know, Ring doorbells, Ring security cameras, that's where it's coming from. And it very clearly shows right here in the bottom, Mr. Steven Crowder, his dog, his other dog, and then his wife.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I do have
steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How does a man respect? How does a man receive love and respect? No. How does a man respect? No, you're not taking love.
Steven,
No, you're not
listen,
taking the car?
Steven,
You are not.
then I
taking
will ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not a threat, Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Steven,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be
Steven.
back when I'm back?
Steven,
You're making it work. Can you do that? The only way out of it is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
we are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven,
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary,
Steven?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. We're at an impasse. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife.
As a wife.
Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just.
God damn. Break for super chats on this show. Thanks, Joe Smith, for the $10 super chat. Saying nothing. You just threw $10 at me, and guess what? We fucking love it when people throw $10 at us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe Smith. Thank you. Thank you. Holy fuck.
The dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you
Put on
committed
some
enough to
gloves.
the medication as well?
Walk the dogs. Give the dogs some medication. Yeah. I mean, holy crap, man. Like, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive. I mean, sure, the chick is pregnant or whatever, but I mean, it doesn't seem like there's very much aggression coming from the girl. And this is from the time that she was pregnant, which is right around, I guess, the same time or prior to them getting that divorce, or at least her filing for the divorce. And then this is all stuff that we haven't seen over the last couple of years. So this is before the Daily Wire beef. This is before Steven Crowder goes on to Rumble. This is how Steven Crowder basically apparently is in his regular life with his wife, who he was having beef with because she wouldn't fucking clean or give the dog some toxic medicine that she wasn't supposed to because she was pregnant. He was basically being like, you say you love me, but you won't do these things for me. I give you lists of things to do and you don't do them. You just like fight me on every corner. You need to be a better wife. You're a horrible wife. You know, do you think that you deserve this life being my wife? Yeah. Not very good. Not very good. Not very good at all. And Laszlo the Instigator gave us another $2 super chat, and he actually said nothing on that one too. So thanks for your $2 super chat over there, Laszlo the Instigator, just saying nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again, Laszlo. So yeah, is this chick too good for him? Is this dude just a psychopath and everybody missed it? Because people have been talking about how much of a psychopath this dude has been for a very, very long time, and it goes back as far as Owen Benjamin, right? Even before Owen Benjamin. And we got to remember that Owen Benjamin was one of the first guys to start talking shit about Crowder. And then another guy that I remember from years ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, would have been Mersh, or the Nightwave radio guy, who was also talking shit on Steven Crowder, but that was just prior to him going at Owen Benjamin and then, you know, trying to steal, like, I guess, Owen Benjamin's whole stick. I don't know. Some pretty crazy stuff, but that's what this is just insane. And I mean, there's folks in the chat, like right here, Stern killed. She was flat out not doing wifely things. Outrageous. Call the cops. Yep. Call the cops. Yeah. The Gozerian said that he didn't even watch it. What, you didn't watch what we just said right there? You didn't see this whole thing? That was 3 minutes of fucking craziness. So do you think 3 minutes will change your mind on somebody? Because it will. 3 minutes has changed people's minds on me from seeing cut up videos out of context. So I think that this is definitely going to be a problem. And I mean, Astrodad says he most likely has hit her. He talks just like my abusive stepdad. And I would have to agree with that there, Mr. Asher Yeti, because I've had abusive parents as well. And that's exactly how they fucking talk. Pius Juan, I would also agree that it is definitely passive aggressive as hell. Yeah. Don't touch my dog. I'm single. Thank God. Yeah. I don't know. He tried to use religion to force her to do as he desired at all times as the man and head of the house. That's right. That's exactly what he was. That's how he's trying to be. He was basically being a fucking LARPer. That's what he is he's a LARPer. And we're also talking about how he actually loves his dog more than he seems to love his wife and the mother of his 2 children. Yeah. Everyone's a psychopath if you live with a psychopath. That's true. What is that? Sam Adams, another reason to ignore the quartering. Got another one wrong. Yeah, that's exactly right. Jeremy gets like every single, pretty much all of them wrong or whatever. But Sam Adams, you're one of those downable people. The person that runs your website fucking blocked me or some shit because I was talking crap. So I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you, fucker. Anyways. Virginia Olsen, what do you say right here? There's always 2 sides to a story. I've seen women who treat their husbands very bad, and when they snap back, she runs and tells everyone she's abused. Yeah, I've heard of that too. I've heard of that too. And, oh, what the hell is this right here? Oh, Faded History with a $4.99 through Super Chat. He says, I think this is the bisexual Mr. Hyde rearing its ugly head Crowder was referring to. That is actually a very interesting theory, my friend, because this definitely seems out of character for him. But then nobody realizes that, you know, just because you have a split personality, you can actually use that to your advantage, right? Faded History. A guy like Crowder could create a Dr. Jekyll personality as his outward personality, but in his private life, he could always be Mr. Hyde. And that's what he hides from anybody. You see what I mean? You see where I'm getting at? And I get it. So as far as I can tell, is this entire situation has become even worse, right? Because, well, I guess this Yashara person has a history themselves, but essentially I don't think that person's history really has anything to do with it, because they're not giving us some bullshit here. They're just showing us the video and letting the video speak for itself. But I think that video just said a whole lot of shit. It said a whole lot of shit right there. We just watched it. And I mean, honestly, insane, dude. Insane. Like, that's how he's treated his wife. That's how he's treated his family members and shit. Oh, I'm the king of the castle. I'm the big shit dick swinging motherfucker or whatever. Shut up, Steven Crowder. You're a bitch. That's what I gotta say. You're just as bad as all of the rest of the weird closeted cucks in the conservative space that aren't worth their weight in shit. That's what you are. And this is just another toxic moment of yours that you probably never wanted anybody to see. And I mean, it's probably going to be pretty hysterical to see how you actually come forward and talk about this, because I haven't even heard of anybody putting out any videos on you in this situation. Everybody's just basically been pretty much sick, right? Pretty much sick. Conservative media host and commentator Steven Crowder can be seen on a ring camera berating his wife Hillary, who was at the time nearly 8 months pregnant, and demanding that she handle medicine for the dogs that she was concerned was toxic to pregnant women. In the video, he snaps at her to put on gloves and give the dogs medicine, walk the dogs, and otherwise perform wifely duties, as she clearly is emotionally distressed. Towards the end of the exchange, Hilaria Crowder says to her husband, "Your abuse is sick," and he snaps at her, saying, "Watch it. Fucking watch it." Oh yeah, what are they gonna do, Crowder, dude? Do I need to come out and start saying, Crowder, do I need to take you into the ring and beat the crap out of you and show you what a real man's like? Because, you know, I believe that you think that you're some sort of alpha male, but as the preeminent Sigma male in the entire universe or whatever, with more power than anybody that you've ever met, it would be not too much of a problem for me to make you cook out just as hard as Sam Hyde cooked out, because he still won't fight me. Yeah, it's already been 2 days and Sam Hyde's like, "Oh, you're not worth the time." Nah, man. He doesn't want to get his ass whooped. That's really where it's at. And that's how it's going to be for most of these guys. They only want to go after people that they're weaker than. They don't want to go after people like me who are superhuman and highly intelligent to the point where it would be absolutely nothing to obliterate these clowns, which is probably what we're going to end up having to do anyway. I mean, it's just fucked up. I mean, he told his wife that he would fuck her up. So me telling him, "Hey man, you keep talking to your wife and shit like that, I will take you into the ring and I will fuck you up to the point where I will bring out that character, Mr. Hyde, and then I will show you my Mr. Hyde, and you're not going to like it." So at this point, like, I feel pretty good about where I was in the video that I had originally made about Crowder, because he's not the kind of guy that's worth putting money up on, even though he seemed to have been pretty popular. In the past, we have found, you know, through things like QAnon, that absolute dumb motherfuckers out there in the world will literally listen and follow anyone just because they like what they said. That's a fact. And I did that, and nobody will ever be able to take it away from me, because they're not as smart as I am. That's just the best part. And thanks to Acrid Fusion for that $2 super chat saying, "This is probably true." Wait, oh. Crowder must be held accountable. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. And Adventures Freeman, thank you for becoming a subscriber to the channel. Hopefully you stick around and throw some money at us. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, you know, Krav Maga's pretty lit. Jiu-Jitsu's pretty lit. I'm a big fan of Wing Chun and stuff like that. Like, when I was in culinary school, I definitely trained with some of the most preeminent martial artists in the entire world, and I can prove it. One of them actually taught me how to cook. If you didn't know, now you know. So yeah, I can pull out all that fat boy Wing Chun shit. This whole thing here is a psyop, right? I'm designed to make it seem like I could do nothing. But then when you get in the ring with me, I become a completely different animal who moves faster than light and is stronger, well, than anything. Yeah, I could be anyone too, you know? I could just transform. You want me to turn into a 55-foot tall angel? I could do that. What are you going to do? You going to fight a 50-foot tall angel? You want me to turn into a 55-foot tall robot? I could do that too. Although that would take a lot of energy or whatever, and isn't as cool as the angel thing, but I feel like doing the angel thing would definitely fuck some people up. Yeah, that's right. And I don't think I could actually do Kung Fu in an astronaut suit, because it's really hard to move into one of those things. I've never actually worn one though, but I would probably end up like ripping the suit trying to do the Kung Fu, because I am just too powerful. So you know, don't worry. You know, I can like crack walnuts with my hands and shit like that. Like, I don't look like much, but I'm literally the scariest motherfucker that you've ever met. But I keep myself very, you know, like easygoing and stuff like that because that's what it is. But like this situation with Crowder is just crazy because he's one of those guys that outwardly LARPs that he is something that he is not constantly, right? And ever since he's started to get a little bit of fame, it's clearly gone to his head into the point that, you know, his wife actually fucking filed for divorce against him because he was being such a piece of shit. And now we're starting to see the videos that show you that they not only probably have a lot more of this type of footage that's going to be slow roll leaked out day by day. You should probably really start thinking about what you're going to be doing. Because it's like, these people are shit, man. Like, some of these people in this world right now are just awful. Like, awful human beings that got huge platforms. And it's my mission from God to make sure that these people are exposed and penniless. I think that that's probably a pretty good one. Because you know what? I've gotten some updates from my boy, the Lord, after visiting my Akashic workshop. It was a little bit dusty. I ain't been in there in like probably 6-7 years. And well, now a lot more interesting stuff is going to start happening. I guess, you know, now that I'm now that I'm back to cheating, because, you know, for like the last, I don't know, like forever, it's been a thing where, you know, like I was like, hey, I got these extra skills and stuff. I can't cheat. Right? There's things that I can't do that I have refused myself to do because I consider it cheating, like running faster than people or utilizing my enormous strength to beat them proverbially, but no more. I will not hold back anymore on these people whatsoever. And half the time, I'm not even going to put all this salacious shit out there under my own name because I don't even want the credit. I'm just going to get it out there into the zeitgeist just so that these people are getting hit from all sides. And if you ever saw what was going on with the Eliza Blue situation, I guess that was me trying to get all those people inflamed. And if you could see that I was able to do that right there, get all these dumb fucks all onto it, you don't think that this Crowder situation is going to be like super easy? Could it be that this thing's already been in the works for a couple of months now and all these people are just coming together because they thought that this is what they wanted to do, but in reality, my enormous godlike powers of Professor Xavier are just manipulating them from a distance. Yes, I could manipulate you into sending me more dollars, but it is unnecessary. It's just much easier to, you know, go to a restaurant and request some food and then just make them forget that they didn't take the money. Anyways, just a little life tip for anybody out there with superpowers or, you know, psychic superpowers or whatever. Not many of you out there, but according to CV, it exists. So I'm just LARPing on that now too. Yes, LARPing on that now too. So, is it strange that Crowder said, I have been living with the proverbial boot on my neck going on for years now. Since 2021, I have been living through what has increasingly been a horrendous divorce. And no, this is not my choice. My then wife decided that she didn't want to be married anymore in the state of Texas. That is completely permitted. She simply wanted out, and the law says that's how it works. It's no one else's fault but my own, and that I picked wrong, and it's certainly not my fault or my children's fault. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Bill Swindle, you got your Magneto hat on? That's tight, dude. Well, you know, I also actually have the Crimson Gem of Sidorak or whatever, but, you know, I don't actually use that thing because that dude's kind of annoying. Hey, what happened over here? My juice? What is there? All kinds of juice. Never mind. Yeah, most people don't use their telepathic powers to manipulate people. I only use my telepathic powers so that I don't have to spend money, but, you know, there's rules, right? There's rules to everything that you do out there. And when you're like me, you have to set rules for yourself because if you don't, you know, There's accidents sometimes. Sometimes you accidentally break shit, and you know what? You just gotta really come up with a convincing lie. That's like all you really could do. They're not gonna believe you, but at least you tried, right? You know, I'll never forget this one time I met Brian Malarkey, and he legit, like, I did not know he was going to be at the restaurant. You know, I worked at his restaurants. They hired me. I had not seen him, and I was like sitting there working my ass off, and I like reached over and grabbed a bowl, and I look up, and then I fucking crushed the bowl in my hands, like just completely just destroyed it. And he was just like, holy shit, that was impressive. And I was like, oh shit. And I like started cleaning it up or whatever. Like, sorry, chef, broke your plate. He was like, those plates are unbreakable. And then he takes one and throws it at the ground and it bounces. And I was just like, well, I don't know, you know, it must have already been cracked, sir. It was not the fact that you fucking scared the shit out of me and I could not control my strength. It was not that, sir. I'm sorry. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Yeah, Brian Malarkey, he's a real guy. What, you don't think Brian Malarkey? Malarkey. He's a real guy. Brian Malarkey, this dude right here. Brian Malarkey from the restaurant group. This dude, look at him. He's a fucking crazy person. He's got classes. You can learn from him to cook and shit like that. He had a bunch of great restaurants too. Bunch of great restaurants. And oh right, he won that show Top Chef. I remember that. He won that show Top Chef. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. There's this thing. Just like little stories, little unbelievable stories that nobody believes. You didn't know that guy. You didn't rank for him. You didn't work at his restaurant. You didn't break an unbreakable bowl with your hands. You don't have super strength to fake him. You're a liar. Fine. Believe whatever you want to believe. I don't fucking care. But at the end of the day, if you ever challenge me to a foot race, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Just like, whoo! You're going to be all like, where the fuck did he go? And I'm going to be at the end just like, how did he do that? There was like one time where some people started running like half a minute before I even started to run. Or yeah, it was a minute. And they're like, well, aren't you going to go? I guess I have to. Wait, what's this? Somebody just purchased something? Holy shit. Somebody named Dude just purchased a Griftcast IRL snapback. What the F? Somebody bought a hat. I actually need to go buy one of those for myself. The beanie is too hot already for me. I need a hat though to cover my... I mean, it's actually started to grow back a little bit. I got some like shampoo Rogaine shit or whatever, and I've been putting it in there, so maybe it'll come back or whatever. I'm definitely not gonna get the ass hairs transferred to the top of my head. I mean, if y'all want to like pay the money or whatever, I will, just so you could call me ass hair or whatever, ass head hair. But for now, you know, I'm just trying with the Rogaine. You know, got that, trying to get it back. It's already feeling like it's already looking thicker. For you guys, you're gonna make fun of me and say it's not looking thicker. You're looking bald as fuck. But for me, it actually seems like it's working a little bit. There's more hair. It's not thick, but there's more of it. There's more of it. But I don't know what that has to do with anything with this whole Steven Crowder situation, to be perfectly frank. I mean, I don't know. What do we really have to say or do about that? Wire sensitive? I'm sensitive about losing my hair because I used to have like a thick ass pompadour or whatever, and I look suave as a motherfucker. That's why. Now it's all migrated to here and here. Just everywhere else now. You know?
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary.
Oh, that was him. Yeah, dude, I'll just have to rent a proper Florida mullet or whatever. Yep. Well. So I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know, dude. Crowder sucks. I've been telling you guys that Crowder sucks for a very long time. And you know what? Whatever, dude. Nobody's ever going to believe me or give me credit for that shit anyway. But Now we're just going to start seeing that there's going to be a lot more coming out about this one because the divorce is now going to be public. And I think that the only reason that Crowder really decided that he was going to put it out in public is because he was trying to deflect from himself. And I don't think that he realized that they were going to start posting ring camera footage of him. And he's going to try to utilize that in his divorce proceedings. And at this point, it's like, Steven Crowder, you are a loser. Sign the fucking paperwork and call it a day. Take the L, you loser, is what I'd have to say to you. And honestly, like, women, if you decided that you wanted to date Mr. Crowder or whatever, and you've seen that video, honestly, what the fuck's wrong with you? Yep, that's what I gotta say is, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? So I don't know who the next person is going to be in his relationship, but it feels like this might create some drama for him. I mean, at least I hope it does. I mean, if he can, I freaking hope that they stop promoting that fucking fool. Like, why? Why would they do that? Why would they allow that to happen? What, people didn't know about it, dude? You know, is it really hurting him that much though? He's got 1.3 million followers on Rumble, and he's still getting over 1 million views on all of his shows. So yeah, pretty sure nobody's really gonna care. Oh no, Crowder, he's too great. His wife should have been a slave to him and done whatever he wanted. You're stupid. You should feel ashamed and bad for yourself because you're fat and ugly, DeFago. And you know what? All right. I will. Thank you. Appreciate that. It took a long time. You don't know how many lifetimes it took of reincarnating into this plane in order to achieve this. I mean, every other time, like one time I died in a fucking wine barrel. Can you believe that? I died in a wine barrel. That's why I don't drink wine, because I've had my fill for my entire life. Let me tell you, drowning in a wine barrel, not the fucking way you want to go. Not the fucking way you want to go. That sucks. It was horrible. Horrible. Oh, well. Yeah. Black Mesa, Arizona. What? Yeah. So how can we take this into the future? Well, I don't know. I tried reaching out to Owen Benjamin. Obviously, that fucking loser's not going to hit me up. And so I started researching the Owen Benjamin and Steven Crowder beef from last year. And lo and behold, guess who fucking pops up?
Net. Well, curious what happened with Crowder. Is there a bad blood there? Don't answer if you are compelled to pull a Jack
It's
Murphy.
Chrissy Bear.
What's Jack Murphy? Oh,
I love that you don't know. I love
Jack Murphy. What happened to what's Jack Murphy?
Jack Murphy drama are gonna like laugh so hard that you're like, is it that gay guy? He was like this. He was like this conservative, like masculinity influencer type guy, and then his porn, like that was on Chatterbait, like came up.
I was not drunk. They knocked me out, and to murder me, they put me in a wine barrel and closed the lid.
And it wasn't just like him, you know, stunt dicking it, which a lot of guys do, and you never see their face. It was him fully in frame with like something in his butt. And it's like, you can tell for him, part of the kink was like, because you know what I mean? Like he was doing this all simultaneously. So I think for him, part of the mental kink was like, oh, I might get found out. I might get discovered.
Right,
why wouldn't you totally wipe that all away when you enter this like new sort of like conservative world?
Hold up.
Guy, but just basically,
Jack Murphy's funny,
But you
but
did it.
here's the
You,
Crowder
like, were
thing.
on the show, or you were like part of the show?
I was like his head writer for like a year, and I used to do
wow.
sketches with him all the time. Yeah, and it's like
Head writer did
there were
sketches.
certain topics that I was exploring that made him very uncomfortable, and you know, Not Gay Jared and all those guys all quit too because there was a lot of just, you know, a lot of drama, a lot of stuff, and you know, dressing in drag to own the libs, you know, that kind of wears on me a little bit, and
Dressing in drag to
He's a
own
dad
the
now,
libs.
so that's it.
Was it like trans stuff? Like were you trying to push like conspiracy type?
No, I
topics?
tracked. Yeah, you know, I had some questions on the moon landing.
Okay.
Had some questions
That's
on the
fun to
moon
talk
landing.
about. Oh, that's I don't know.
Not
it's
when
really-
not when your dad's like best friend was like the colonel in the Air Force. No, it was like a whole thing. And then also the pharmaceutical company that made all the transgender child hormones is Teva Pharmaceuticals out of Israel. So I was like, can we talk about that? And everyone's like, no.
Ah, yes. So yeah, I just thought that was funny when I was researching that beef, and like the first thing that comes up is Chrissy Mayr's podcast, and I was just like, how does this redhead crazy person just know everyone? She knew every single person that I've been going after, and then she unfollowed me on Twitter or whatever. So you know what? Fuck you, man. That's what I always say is, fuck you, man. I didn't do nothing to you, and I'm not even looking into you. All I said was, you need to fucking look at your guests better. That's it. So fuck that shit, dude. But it is fucking hilarious that somehow this chick is like involved. I bet if I go back onto her channel and just start researching some of the people, I'm going to find the next person that's going to like really go up. And I don't know if she's actually cool with Crowder or anything like that. I know she's cool with a lot of other individuals with some interesting histories. Like, you know, the biggest negative that everybody talks about is the Cumia connection, the Compound Media connection. And, you know, that one time that Anthony Cumia accidentally got catfished by a 41-year-old dude acting as a 14-year-old girl. So, like, he thought he was talking to a 14-year-old girl, and it was pretty, eye-opening. So, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, though, right? Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Even me. So I just thought that was funny. And I asked Owen Benjamin about it. He doesn't seem to want to talk to me, but I do expect that, you know, here in the very near future, Chrissy Mayr and them are going to be talking, just because I went down here and Frank, you know, her manager / husband or soon to be husband or whatever the fuck, says, yeah, we got to get Owen back on. Yeah, we got to get Owen back on. And I'm like, yeah, you need to get Owen back on, and you need to ask about this again. Because he literally didn't give anything. He didn't leak anything. He didn't say anything. It was almost like he just didn't want to give us any information about what's going on. So, okay. You know, like, I'm not an Owen Benjamin fan either, to be honest. But you know what? I'm not a fan of anybody. I tried to be fans with people, and over the Eliza Blue situation, I realized that I can't be a fan of people because they'll never be a fan of me, which just sucks, man. Just sucks. You know, you're great. You're good enough for them to get information from, but you're not good enough for you to be a part of the party. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because I throw the best fucking parties. Okay. I have thrown some of the greatest, most raging parties that you would ever imagine, and everybody had fun, nobody died, and nobody got fucking raped, which in my opinion seems to be like a fucking win. Yeah, that's a win. That's gonna be a win. That's a win in my book. Win in my book. So I guess it's time to scooch this on into the next big topic, and then we'll start rolling around into the muck. Yes, rolling around into the mug. Just because we already did a video about it, right? We already did a video about it. And the first thing here is that, you know what? I'm glad that Bam Margera surrendered to face his assault charges in Pennsylvania. That's right. They actually just had him surrendering. He surrendered with his lawyer. It's a thing that just happened.
April 30th, runners and spectators are back, uniting.
I forgot about the ads. My bad. We got 22 seconds before we could see the video. So, as far as we know, he surrendered to the Pennsylvania State Police for allegedly punching his brother during an altercation 4 days earlier at their home. Margera was arraigned Thursday and pleaded not guilty, and that's according to his lawyer, Michael Van Der Veen. That's what his name is, Michael Van Der Veen. Weird fucking name.
They have been searching for Bam Margera for days. Margera actually turned himself into district court in Kennett Square earlier this morning. Police issued an arrest warrant for him over the weekend.
Obviously, Bam is more down bad than Crowder.
In Pocopson Township property. Now, authorities.
I mean, obviously, Bam is in a way worse spot because he's allegedly an alcoholic and meth addict.
They say that Margera then threatened to shoot his brother. left the house and disappeared for days, prompting state police to ask the public for their help finding him. He has a court hearing on May 25th.
Yeah, they have a court hearing on May 25th for him to actually get arraigned on this whole entire thing, which seems interesting. There's Bam getting out of the car for rehab. Smoking a cigarette. He got his shirt buttoned up. It kind of looks like an old fat cholo a little bit with all the tattoos and stuff. It's the nicest shirt that he owns. Nice. 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 Wow. So I guess that's like happy news in some kind of way, but there's weird shit being posted all over the place on his family social media. Like his brother, Jess Margera, the one that filed the police report and such, posted this on the CKY Instagram. Listen, I appreciate you all guys have concern. I do. But you got to stop being so vocal while being completely misinformed. You are really bringing a Titanic-sized shitstorm and tension to a situation that has already been much of both. Bam took my car to these pathetic, horrible interviews, then lost it. It was later found at his friend's house. Now he is on the run with an 8-year-old child in the car with them. The environment in that car must be totally insane. She is a sweet kid, and she doesn't deserve this unnecessary trauma. We thought that it was a silver Camry belonging to a guy named Paul at first, but now we know it's not. We don't know whose car he is in now. He randomly attacked me while making a cup of coffee after being up for days on meth and screaming at an imaginary person that he was hallucinating. I still don't know the reason for the attack, and I blocked most of the punches, but he landed a good one on my ear, and it still hurts like hell. Who punches an ear anyway? But seriously, enough of the constant comments guessing random scenarios that fit your narrative. It's exhausting. Interesting. Yeah, dude. I'll shoot you, bro, before Bam promptly leaves the property for days. His own house. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't believe it. I feel like Jess Margera and these people were probably doing something to him, because there would have been no reason for Bam Margera to leave his own home. All he would actually have to do would be getting this guy trespassed from his home. So, like, the story doesn't add up. It's clear to anyone out there that whatever Bam is going through is because the people that surrounded him are using him and mishandling him in every way fucking imaginable. His brother, his parents, fucking Steve-O, and all the other pieces of shit associated with the story, they're the failures, not Bam. Bam is like this because they made him like this. Full stop. Anybody saying anything else, whether it's Brandon Novak, Steve-O, fucking Johnny Knoxville, or any of those other shitbags, trust me, I will fight all three of you by myself, and I will take all three of you out, because I'm not afraid of you guys. And I'm not afraid of MTV and all the money that they got, because they already tried to come after me once, and I literally wiped the floor with them in every way imaginable. So bring it, Jeff Tremaine. Bring it, all the rest of you guys. Like, I think that it's clear now that these people are actually quite scared about what's going to be happening, because this is something that is really going to expose the nefarious situations, and has been exposing the nefarious situations that have grown up around this entire fucking situation. Right? And there's more stuff, man. I found some stuff on Reddit, right? Reddit actually had some stuff on it too, where they've been taking his comments. From Jess Margera: insurance paid for most of his rehab, and I also got music areas involved to help. There's also converted the castle into a very profitable recording studio to help pay the remainder. Gonna have to find a new conspiracy theory, douchebag. Interesting. So Bam says that he's paying for all of that. Bam's paying for the insurance. Pam also paid for the castle. And now we get a little bit of information as to why Bam's pissed off is because his castle, his home, the place where he lives and is supposed to be able to do whatever he wants, is now a fucking recording studio run by his brother, and his brother is bringing any Tom, Dick, and Harry over to get it, and utilizing his brother's name and fame to make sure that they get people up in there. But yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. We're just spouting conspiracy theories. No. Bam's probably pissed off because they're running a business and he can't just do whatever he wants in his house. And the beef between him and his brother is probably over this because his brother is basically taking over his entire space to run his own business that technically probably doesn't need to exist, because if these fuckwads didn't start sending him to every other fucking rehab in the entire fucking country that clearly don't fucking work, he wouldn't have had to spend any of that money, and there would have been no reason to start any of it in the fucking first place. Yeah. So it sounds like they took over the house, actually, and that's what Bam is pissed off about, but that's like not what they're going to say. So, weird, right? Kind of seems sus, doesn't it? Sure. So Steve-O thing sounds like a bunch of peeps making random guesses, like the entire account insurance bill paid for the bulk of rehab. Bill Muscari's also helped pay for a lot out in Arizona. Anyone else remember when Bam was on Steve-O's podcast saying how he paid for rehab, and Steve-O said that he didn't pay for rehab and that Lima paid for it? Oh yeah, how come they're not bringing up Lima? What about Lima? I thought, how come his brother isn't bringing up Lima? Oh. Okay, so if Lima did in fact pay for Bam's rehab out of goodness of her heart, then Bam can simply check that proceeds from the sale of the house went straight into his own account, and it wasn't actually taken out at any stage. Just Margera, glad that you are here to answer questions. Can you also react to the whole Lima thing? What's up with the lady in the VR addiction program? Lima saved Bam's life in Arizona. False. No, she didn't. That is a fact. I was like a deer in the headlights and I didn't know what to do. And she got him into Tucson as he was trying to pretty much suicide crash a rental car into traffic on purpose. He was up for like a week and tearing around Scottsdale like a fucking wild animal let loose in the city. And that lady Amanda was at death's door from addiction when Lima tried to step in and help her, but sadly she was too late. So there again, this is just Margera, doesn't know what the actual story is. That chick Amanda wasn't on death's door when she was first met. She was just a fucking drug addict, and she didn't actually die until after she went through Amanda's whole addiction program. The addiction program that Amanda put her through is what killed her. Being under Amanda's conservatorship is what killed her. So he doesn't even seem to really know, but he's here to answer questions for everybody to try to fix everything, even though the person that he's talking to and sub-commenting under, the surprise witness chick, the BJ Investigates that just put out another interview with Bam, well, she's got all the paperwork and stuff. This guy's got nothing other than, oh, well, I think I kind of remember this, or somebody told me that. So they're not the same thing. It's like me talking about QAnon and Cicada versus Arturo talking about QAnon and Cicada. He wasn't there. He doesn't have any information other than the stuff that helps him. Yup. Interesting ways. What I say, that lady Amanda was at death's door. That's very interesting, and it's not the story Lima told the world. Oh yeah, Jess Margera, you don't even know what the story that Lima told the world was. So that's why everybody's really scared right now. And I'm scared for Bam right now. I'm scared for him. I'm not scared for his family. Like 6 hours ago, this is posted. Jessica Margera, Jessica's brother, says that she stole $6,000 of him and ruined both his and Bam's life.
I honestly hope you fucking rot in hell, Jessica. You stole $6,000 off of me. You fucked up my best friend's life. You fucked up my life. You piece of shit.
You piece of shit. Yeah, that's a little crazy. Here's an Instagram post from Bam Margera when he went to court today. Captain Ice Cream Stain. I just got out of the courthouse with my lawyers, but everything went great, and the false accusations of what my brother says are not true, and he will be sued for defamation, as well as being evicted from Castle Bam sooner than later. The reason I lost my cool is because I read his phone saying he wants me back in California, and he wants to find a way to 302 me. Fuck him. Yeah. So, basically, what I see is happening is that Bam Margera can't live at his house anymore, and Jess Margera is basically trying to strong-arm Bam out of his own house. And part of the reason that they've been shuffling him around Florida, Arizona, California rehabs is so that they can utilize his property without paying him for shit, and then claim that they're utilizing the proceeds to pay for Bam's addiction, when in fact they're pocketing all of the money and basically trying to take over his compound. That's what's happening here. Jess Margera is a piece of shit in the sense that he finally got caught talking about trying to get Bam to go back out to California so that he could get him in another rehab so that he could have some peace and quiet at his studio, not having to deal with Bam again, and then keep furthering it because he obviously can't afford to pay for it himself. And at the same time, thinks that everybody on the internet is a shitty investigator and won't be able to actually figure all this shit out. But essentially, all of the information kind of already has been figured out, and all these little things that he keeps saying are just fucking him over even more, because it's been a system that they put together on the guys of trying to help him, but essentially they've just been bleeding him and dry and trying to take his money. And everything that Steve-O and all the rest of those fucking jackasses from MTV were doing is just them trying to seem like they're really good people, but everybody knows that they are not. They are not. And it gets me to this, actually. Actually, no, not this. Wait, where's that Steve-O clip that I had? Well, I guess we can go here. So, That Surprise Podcast. This interview was filmed on April 19, 2023, 5 days prior to Bam Margera being reported missing by TMZ on April 24th. So another episode of that BJ Investigates podcast, That Surprise Podcast with that surprise girl, happened.
And he's in the castle and she knows his number. Stop.
Money off of you being in.
So yeah, we'll just kind of play the first little part of it right here.
Property called Castle Bam around 11 Sunday morning.
When it was just a ruse to keep us there because Lima was on her way.
Lima was talking about sending you back to a rehab?
It was a trap. The Florida Shuffle has to stop and Steve Timmer has to stop.
Money off of you being in rehab though?
Hell yeah, because
How?
I spent $660,000 fucking dollars.
They took
and
all
Lima
your...
says, please don't say that you're in the Florida Shuffle. I'm like, but I was in it. She's like, yeah, but you can't say that. I'm like, but
why?
I was.
But I am. I was. He did. So
I heard and to the last
here, right here.
So you're aware we're recording.
That's
yes.
great. I don't have to do any more interviews anymore because you've done your research so well that you have all the facts right here. So now, if you don't have these facts, then it's pointless. Then people will be like, Murph. No, here's
jump
the
off a
fact.
building.
So there's no more. You know
Right? That's what they all want to talk about. Like,
Well,
what
I
about
said I was
this?
gonna
What
jump
about
off.
jumping
I
off the
was in a
building?
movie called Jump Off a Building, and I didn't kill myself on that. I was just saying.
Oh shit, we just got ourselves we got ourselves a donation from the Streamlabs direct donation that goes right to my pockets, and it says hit the like button, people, and that comes from Christina. Fortunately, those ones don't pop up into the chat. I haven't figured out how to get that to scoop up, but you still get the little pop-up on the screen over there, which is super appreciated. Thank you so much, Christina, for the 1111. Thank you. So I watched this whole interview today, and not her best work. Like, I don't really like how BJ does her thing. Obviously, she's way more popular than I am, so who gives a fuck what I think? But the way that she kind of handles him in this situation is not good. And he definitely seems fucked up in this interview. He was taking shots before it, slurring his words pretty heavily. The only thing that I will say is that he definitely doesn't have the demeanor of a meth addict. And I have helped a lot of meth addicts out in my day.
It's like, yo,
but yeah, he doesn't really seem to, that's a better picture of him. He doesn't really seem to actually be all methed up in this picture. It just seems like, he's drunk. And then, that little cup right there is there. And this is a little shot. Mm-hmm.
But free BAM? No, I don't. How would I know about it? I'm getting free Wi-Fi. And, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even look at you and have a memory bank.
Well, that's probably good for your
a year and a half
development.
Well, it's very healthy for you when you're locked up in a room for a couple of days.
All right, so last thing before we get started.
Yes.
The point of this is the truth, the whole truth. It's not a flowery, let's make it cuter than it is. No, but we're gonna tell the truth.
Well, so I don't lie. And you know what?
Yeah, we're gonna tell the truth. Yeah, it seems like she really upgraded, got a bunch of new IKEA tables and shit like that for interviews, which is really great. We're not going to sit here and listen to this whole thing because, that would be pointless. But he definitely seems drunk in the interview, and it would be upsetting to some people. But that's basically kind of like one of the only negatives that I've actually seen through this. So let's see. Steve-O. I know it's got a Steve-O. Oh, yeah, here we go. No, that is.
You're like, there's this weird...
It's just...
They must have, deleted the video. Because I don't see it. Oh, wait. No, they did it.
Like, not a...
So, yeah, we got a new video, too, from Steve-O's Wild Ride. Yeah. And he's already talking about that. You can see my fucking comment on his thing that says, "You suck, Steve-O." Because he does. But yeah, Steve-O is already back onto the scene trying to talk about this, and he says some pretty interesting stuff because he even doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and he seems to be going along with it.
I got a call from a very drunk BAM. How dare you?
Really?
How dare you?
Might as well start off with BAM is running from the law, hiding in the woods, threatening to kill people. This all according to TMZ.
It's pretty unreal. How long do you guys hear it before it hits the news cycle? Or do you pretty much hear about it as it hits the news cycle?
Okay.
Huh.
Here's the...
Oh, wow. Glad you asked.
There's, I'm not necessarily glad you asked, but there's this subreddit strictly devoted to people talking about Bam Margera. Mm-hmm. And it is absolutely insane.
Wait, what's that? Pest? I got banned from Nick Rekieta chat for asking about if he's going to talk about Louder with Crowder and the divorce. And he's trying to stay in that pocket, huh? That's funny. Well, I mean, Nick Rekieta, there hasn't been a more undeserving piece of shit on the internet that ever existed. So, I mean, congratulations for finally figuring out that guy sucks. And he doesn't care about you guys. He only really cares about maneuvering himself up to the top and, grifting stupid people on the internet out of their money so he can buy fancy cars and shit like that. Instead of it, if I was making money like that guy, I would be Mr. Beast, but 10 times better than Mr. Beast because I wouldn't humiliate people to help them. I would just simply help them with all of my copious amounts of money. But since I'm not actually fucking super rich or whatever, and nobody wants to hand me 20 grand to start this thing off, we're just going to have to keep it rolling, I guess. But anyways, yeah, listen to Steve-O.
How fast news develops on the Let's Talk Bam subreddit.
Unibammer.
And
that's what it's called. Let's Talk Bam.
It's called Let's Talk Bam. I've never been to Reddit before, but I heard about this Bam page and I went and checked it out. And there are some resourceful people on there, and a lot of it's really funny, a lot of it's really sad, a lot of it's breaking news. But I'm pretty sure that's where TMZ is getting all of the scoops is from.
So Reddit is the source.
You really think TMZ is getting it from Reddit?
I think people on Reddit are feeding it to TMZ.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know you don't know shit. Look at these guys. His podcast is in I think he's in a van right now, actually, and he's got a bunch of Shure mics set up to a mixer, and they do this little podcast from his van. This has got to be fucking awful. I've tried to fucking live stream a van. Unless you got AC going and shit like that, that's just going to be the worst, dog. That's just got to be the worst, dog. But clearly, it kind of doesn't look like they're actually in one.
And, the stuff breaks on Reddit, it goes to TMZ.
Yeah.
But wow. I mean,
Hey, Elon, give Defago 20 grand, you massive keck. Yep, definitely. And yeah, I think Carl is going to bring down the Beast. Mr. Beast. I mean, Mr. Beast is already over. You weren't seeing it yet. His career is done. And somebody's going to need to come up and fix all of the bad shit that he did. And that's what I want to be. I want people to be all like, hey, do you follow Defango? Cool. Here's $100. Congratulations. But I'd really just rather be out there helping all these people that have nobody, because that's the kind of person I am, right? I feel like most of the time I don't have anybody. My family doesn't really take care of me. I've been alone since I was 17, right? And I'm sure I still go visit them and try to be in there and try to interact with them, but I've always felt like the outsider and stuff. And honestly, I've had to deal with a lot from the family where they think all kinds of crazy, insane things about me that aren't true. I mean, for a while there, they thought that I was a billionaire or some particular thing, which was funny, but not true. I mean, maybe for a minute, but then the price dropped again. So it is what it is. Just looking at this and seeing what Steve-O's saying about this, and he doesn't research what's going on with Bam. Steve-O doesn't give a fuck about Bam anymore, dude. He only knows what he read on the internet. And if Bam calls him, he's just oh, this drunk piece of shit called me or whatever. He doesn't say, no, this fucking guy that used to be my friend that, I could have helped, but I'm too fucking up my own ass to care. I don't want to talk to him. I'm just going to make shitty videos and get clicks and eyeballs on my shit because people want me to talk about it, which is sucky, right? That's sucky. It's better that I think this new person is in here, but even then, this situation doesn't seem to be right. But Bam is a type of individual that you can't tell him what to do, right? If I were to just be some random person on the street and trying to help this guy not drink, it wouldn't work, because you tell him to do something or you tell him not to do something, he's going to go do it. So you would have to sit there and literally just be yeah, dude, here's a fucking keg. I want you to drink this whole fucking thing. Here's a fucking pound of blow. I want you to do this. I want you to do the whole thing. And it's not going to be until somebody that truly understands the mind of an addict such as this, that's been in my position before and helped massive individuals with huge egos that deal with massive amounts of narcissism like me, then yeah, you might be able to fix this. But for Bam, to me, the thing that really needs to happen is that we need to go on a DMT trip, and we need to truly go back out into the wilderness, because he says that he did the best with the shaman, right? But even then, I don't think that it was the right shaman for him, right? It wasn't the right shaman for it, because that shaman wasn't prepared to deal with Hollywood. He needs a shaman that's been in Hollywood before and knows how to deal with them and took billions of dollars out of their pockets with no money and just a laptop. That's what he truly needs, but I don't think that he's going to get it. Right now, the best that he's got is this BJ character, and she seems all right, but I think for her right now, it's more about vindication and getting the views and clicks and her acting a fool than it is about actually really trying to fix this thing. But at least somebody's trying something. Somebody's trying something, but I still don't see that this is going to end well, especially if Bam has been definitely drinking. Seems pretty sloshed in these interviews. So, I don't know, man. That's the first thing. Just really the drinking. If he stops drinking, just nobody's ever been able to figure out what to give him to stop drinking. Nice ketamine fucking... This guy needs to take some DMT, go on a full trip, purge everything, and then literally he needs to get right onto a ketamine fucking system. Every time he drinks, give him some fucking ketamine. And that'll rewire his brain fast as fuck. He won't drink anymore. Although he's probably still smoking a shitload of weed. Yeah. Can't save everyone, dude. Can't save all these people, but you can at least talk about what's happening with them and try to make things better. And I mean, I've been following along. I'll continue to follow along and all this stuff, but damn, son, like, it's just weird when you look in some of this and you see it and you see how these people act and they interact and whatnot. It's sad. It's fucking sad, dude. It's real fucking sad. It's one of the sadder things because he's not the only one. You know, there's Drake Bell. You guys remember Drake Bell from Drake and Josh on Nickelodeon? They caught him sucking on a balloon in his car weeks after going missing. And yeah, it looks like Drake Bell's been spotted huffing nitrous in his car to get high, which is funny. I used to huff nitrous or whatever. That shit's pretty good when you're on drugs, man. But if you're just huffing nitrous like in your day-to-day while you're driving your car and shit, yeah, you're probably going to burn yourself alive like Tony Haish did, which is that guy that used to run Zappos that burned alive inside some weird contraption that he created while he was doing fucking whippets. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. You can see there's the big whippet can thing right there. I never seen that one. I don't know where he got that from. Usually I only see it's like the little silver rabbit turds or whatever. That's a big fucker. That's a big fucker. Yep, so that's Drake right there. Drake. His wife filed for a divorce. Then he was reported missing in Florida. And now it just seems to be a false alarm. And I mean, he's been going through a lot because, well, I mean, he's been trolled over his child endangerment conviction in 2021. And now he's being labeled as a pedophile. Yep. And then, oh yeah, I think I actually do have something on this or whatever on my desktop. Just give me one quick second to go pull it up. Ah, yes. Drake Bell. The messages. Drake Campana. Drake Bell. My friend Jeanette wrote a book and it's out today. 2 of the worst human beings on the planet. Shame you like this. I didn't know that. Liar trying to make money off a book. She's just mad she's not Ariana. She even says that in her book. She's awful, and so is Josh lying to sell books. It's so disgusting. What a horrible title. I'm glad my mom died. Jeanette seems to be getting a lot of support about her from the book people like Victoria Justice, Miranda, Allison Stoner, and Bailey Madison. You should write your own memoir. Kira Kosarian commented her support as well. Yeah. Interesting guys, but they'll never come together and all of that stuff. It really seems like it. We've tried to get what's-her-face, Jeanette McCurdy, on the show before, but we just weren't cool enough for her, so I just kind of gave up because, you know, if you ignore me once and I'm trying to get you on the show, then, or if you tell me you want me to come on your show and then you never bring me on your show, or if I ask you to come on my show and you ghost me, you're immediately a piece of shit in my book, Doug Masterson. Yeah. Enjoy that big dildo you got hanging up in your fucking studio because it's all you're ever going to amount to. Whatever. So I guess that's like kind of funny. Not really funny. I really hope Drake Bell doesn't commit suicide or whatever. That'd be really sad. Seems to be like a really cool dude or whatever, or at least used to be. Although endangering his child doing whippets and stuff, probably not the best look. Not the best look. Now, if you look at this, so interesting, my friends. Is that Dr. Drew? Oh, wow. And Shane Cashman? the one and only Shane Cashman and fucking Dr. Drew on the same what? Yeah, it's happening. And according to people, they talk about Eliza Blue and a whole bunch of other things. But somebody finally, the person that sent me this link or whatever, I didn't find it. It was Alexis or whatever. What's her name here? Alexa G sent this in to me over here. Alexa G over on Twitter about an hour ago. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, when? In the video. Duh, what time? 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. So let's just take a little look-see.
She told me her story, and she, it's not like
they're talking about Eliza Blue,
the border and used as a sex object for porn or whatever. It was it was the same type of thing, but she was groomed, and then she was,
it was more of a codependency story, and she and I discussed it.
Right.
She was quite open about it. It's like not somebody holding her at knife point in Sri Lanka. This was a process that a lot of people go through where they get sucked into things, and before it's too late, they're doing things that they wouldn't otherwise do with people that they wouldn't otherwise be around. They lose their sense of themselves in it. It's a very common thing. Very important to talk about.
Right.
So you were an IRL, and
so I was on IRL. We discussed me doing a profile on her. I had already done, I believe at that point, I'd already done the Kanye profile and the Carrie Lake one.
Nice.
So I thought this one was going to be a cinch. I was like, oh, no controversy with this one. I'm just going to tell her story. But then people started taking apart her story as I'm gearing up to go out and profile her, interview her and her family. And they're basically saying that her timeline is totally off, that they can't decide. They can't line things up. Her story doesn't matching up. So I start taking notes and be like, okay, I'm going to ask her all that stuff and hope for the best. But I think people had their minds made up on her because they thought she was a liar. They believed.
Well, I mean, I had my mind made up on her because I knew her from back in the day, and I knew that she was a liar from back in the day because Eliza Blue used to acquire young children and people for sex games and stuff like that for countless different individuals out there. And for her to turn around and say that she was a victim was just basically a bridge too far. And it's all part of the stuff that you never talked about there, Mr. Shane Cash, man.
Believe that I think a lot of people thought human trafficking was we're going to kidnap you, throw you in a car situation, but hers is, like you were saying, it's a little more nuanced. I think the definition.
Yeah, his eyebrows don't match up. They actually are really extra thick. Like, it looks like he just shaved like the middle part right here on his eyebrow. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a unibrow and he just kind of shaved it off pretty clearly, but he accidentally shaved like sideways this way really quick, so he didn't get this one lined up.
Definition of trafficking,
psychological.
It seems
it was psychological.
It's kind of
just the other thing, just to point out, is that Shane Cashman has a very caveman-like appearance, like a very forward brow ridge, so to speak. I don't know if that's got anything to do with anything.
Illicit times where people have one thing in mind that they see in Hollywood. So by the time I get out there to interview her, now it's like, I think my name has been announced as the person writing the story publicly, and people are like, they want a hit piece, but I just don't write hit pieces like that.
I don't write hit pieces.
I'm going out there with the same thing I had in mind that I did with Kanye.
Bruh, you don't write hit pieces, bro? You fucking wrote a hit piece on me. You didn't even name me. You called me the gang stalker. Are you kidding me, dude? You had nothing to back that up. Zero. Or at least nothing that didn't come from me originally.
And I did with Carrie, where I'm going to let them tell their story. I'm not going to go talk to other people. People really upset that I didn't do that. I made a point of saying it in the story. In terms of this story, I said it because there was a lot of people who were bullying my colleagues and myself. But the criticism, people think that I was...
You know what? You're right. Shane Cashman does have some guy liner on it, looks like.
Saying anyone criticizing Eliza was the problem. I was talking about a small group of people who were going after her, me, and anyone in her periphery 24/7, just being malicious, which I have a problem with bullies. So I have no problem with people. We should all be picking apart everything. I don't care if you're friendly with someone or whatever. We need to ask questions, of course. So people got upset with me then, I think around part 2, where I kind of let people have it, that.
What?
We're just, in my mind, kind of just went over kind of. So people got upset with me then, I think around part 2, where I kind of let people have it, that we're just, in my
around
mind,
part 2,
ghoulish. And I didn't like it.
What do you mean? What did you do?
Well,
ghoulish? We're ghoulish? Ghoulish? You wrote a shit story that didn't even give people what they wanted, and then you're trying to put it all on us? I just read your article and made fun of you. There was nothing ghoulish about it. We were trying to really, really promote your shit and like see if you did a good job based on our investigation. I mean, I'm sorry, Shay, but like you are not a better investigator than me. And like that's on paper through the government. Like I literally do better than intelligence analysts that have done this their entire life. And it's on paper like that. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you think investigating some girl like Eliza Blue, I would fucking put out some shit that I didn't think was verified or already knew was 100% true? Who the fuck are you?
I kind of just went over in the story the kind of way they were treating people in terms of, it's one thing, I was saying it's one thing to ask questions, but to give people ultimatums on whether or not they talk about a certain topic, and then like saying, like you sound like a Batman villain saying, if you don't talk about this by such and such date, then it's this and that, or sharing lewd images to get people to act a certain way. There were people doxing locations. There were people saying they're going to show up at a location to get at her, or get at me, or get at her parents when I was out there. So it was like tactics like that.
Really? Do you have like one example of any of that stuff? Because I don't think that stuff exists. Because I was watching and myself, I didn't do any of that. I made like a daily video or whatever just to give people the updates of what was happening. And we started grifting on it because I thought it was hilarious. So I don't know where he's thinking about, but like he's still on that same old trip that he was on where, he was doing the right thing. It was his battle. He was fighting the good fight and everybody else was just being shitty. And I mean, that's stupid.
I just saw it as gruesome. And I
said the thing.
It rubbed me the wrong way, and I was getting
in what world?
Yeah.
In what world are people feel at their liberty to demand behavior or speech from another person? In what world? How does that? Where does that?
In this world, Dr. Drew, people demand speech from you all the time when they ask you for your pronouns and to use their pronouns and stuff. All that transgender shit you've been talking about, you clown.
Come from? And they've all become goddamn Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched. Are you old enough to know what Bewitched is? They're up everyone's ass like Mrs. Kravitz. You become a nosy old lady who thinks she knows how you should behave in the neighborhood. It's bullshit. It's bullying.
Bullshit.
It's narcissistic.
Bullying.
It's grandiose. And it has to be pushed back against. We are having conversation. We are doing talk shows. You are writing articles.
Excuse me. This whole Eliza Blue situation started because I did a thread because I got blocked by this person after asking some questions very lightly. And I mean, it didn't even get big until Brittany Venti went out there and asked the same questions and posted lewd images. I did not do that. I specifically said I wasn't going to do that because that's not what my game was. It's just kind of shitty that I get lumped into all these other people that don't want anything to do with me. And I'm the one guy that fixed the situation and nobody likes it.
Go write your own goddamn article then. Fine. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, go write your own
and by
article.
the way, in the article, take aim at Shane. Take aim at me.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now.
Cool.
Of course.
But to go in and demand and then extort, they're extorting you. That is
extortion. Who extorted him? Nobody extorted anything out of this guy. We only wanted him to write a story. He essentially extorted me for an interview because he wrote a bunch of salacious shit out about me in order to try to defer from the fact that he wrote a really crappy piece on Eliza Blue that didn't answer any questions and nobody liked. And then I had to come in and basically force his people through threat of lawsuit to remove the entire thing for them to save their journalistic integrity and in order for this guy not to basically have his career ruined. And now he's on Dr. Drew fixing his career and he's saying the same thing. You know, this is why I shouldn't be nice to these people anymore. You know, I was nice enough to talk to him. And that's all we got. He never had the decency to call me back because he's not a real man. He's a baby. He is a baby.
Criminal. And why we can't do something about that, or why
let's make up criminal charges.
Society tolerates that is almost breathtaking right now.
It just showed me that there is a type of destruction economy in people that they know if they can start tearing down others, it's beyond asking questions. It's beyond being curious. It's beyond trying to find the truth. They want to destroy people to get a leg up in whatever they think that success is. And it's like, again, I even said in the story,
he was trying to get a leg up by writing a story about Eliza Blue and then defaming me with knowingly false information to the point that he had to remove his articles. And yeah.
Criticize me, please. Like, I'm clear, and I talk about the differences of objectivity and subjectivity because people were saying that Eliza had said nice things about me on IRL or on Twitter. So it obviously put me in the story a lot, so because I'm trying to show you when I'm being objective and subjective, being like, clearly, you know, this is what I think about these bullies, this is what I think about this story, and then talking about that. So I don't want to criticize anyone who was just asking questions because that wasn't the point, but it seems to be perceived that way. I'm just kind of going after the people who are into that destruction stuff, who
me. That's me.
We're just, you know, making super chats on Eliza or myself or the people I work with or anyone else who happened to say anything that went against the negative wave.
Yeah. So that's narcissism. The liability of narcissism is envy and empathy.
Right. So that's pretty much enough of that. So as you can see, the whole Shane Cashman situation is still in the same place. Apparently, he still hasn't figured out that utilizing those types of headphones is not the way to do interviews. Like, Shane, you still haven't gone and purchased a microphone. You do not have a proper webcam / setup to do these types of interviews. So you basically, once again, are showing that Tim Pool might be the big dog out there, but they're still a long way from actually being a big dog. Just sad. I mean, I didn't expect to see that shit ever happening, but guess what? It's happening now, my friends. They brought it back up on us. They fucking dropped us on our heads again, and now it's back to them saying, no, those people were bad. Those people were bad for creating the situation and super chatting and asking questions and forcing us to ignore them. Ugh. Sucks, man. You know, it's hard. Like, I get on here every day because I know that I'm supposed to, because it's the mission that has been bequeathed to me from the universe on high. And still, some days it's just kind of like crazy that this stuff never ends up being the way that you thought it was going to be. Like, I don't know why God gives me all the biggest battles, but I will take them irregardless and eventually try to figure out how things are going to roll forward. But, I mean, what did we really figure out today? Well, Bam, he turned himself in. Steven Crowder, as we had already said, is basically a piece of shit. And now we have proof and video that he's a piece of shit. And, I mean, really, what else can you say about that situation other than we got him? And then, Donald Trump said this.
Now, do you think, does anybody really believe what's going on in this country? I will sign a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. Now,
damn, I think he just solidified my vote. Best 17 seconds that I heard today. Out of everything that we looked at, that was the best thing I heard all day. Best day I heard all day. Didn't know what the hell you gonna say. What you won't do, what you wanna be with me. Oh, hello, Sergine. I see you out there in the chat. And then the last one, I guess this is from Nathan. Okay, Rumble Video, I sent you a message, but this is what we need to figure out before I go live on your platform again. Maybe somebody else who streams can tell me. I want to go live on what I thought was my main channel, but I don't even understand how I got two different channels. My YouTube videos were transferring to a channel I set up called Nathan Slopin, which has my logo artwork and most of my subscribers. But when I go live, I have to go live as myself or Lift the Veil. If I choose myself, then the broadcast still goes out on the Lift the Veil live stream. I don't know. Let's see, Nathan. Let's try Nathan first. Nope. Okay, let's try LTV. Nope. Okay, let's try... Shit. What the fuck? Lift the Veil. Nope. Not there either. Nate. Whoa. The hell? Nathan Slope. Man. Nope. What the fuck? Slopman. Oh yeah. Slopman. What the fuck? I must spell it. STOL. STOLPO. There we go. He's got the Nathan Slopeman channel. That's the CC one. Okay. Lift the Veil. All one word. Huh. That is kind of weird. Yeah, that does actually seem kind of weird. That does seem kind of weird.
Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that.
Yeah, he's got a test on there that's upcoming, but it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, that is super weird that his main channel isn't there. Whenever he goes to myself, it should be going out to that channel. That's how it works on mine. So I don't know. Yep. I don't know. But I guess I figured I'd take a look at that before we went offline. Looks like something's messed up on his channel. Either that or he signed into the wrong Rumble account. That's all I could think of. But that's pretty much all we got for you guys today. I think we really did go through some interesting topics today, and I really do appreciate everybody that stuck with us out there on the YouTubes and all them people that stuck with us on the Rumble, because, I mean, we're getting we had 40 plus people on Rumble today, folks. We're almost getting more people on Rumble than we do on YouTube, which is freaking crazy. And yeah, it's because we've been basically destroyed in the algorithm for the last couple of months. It's fine, but now we know we can prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt, so that's cool. Well, with that, we out, folks. It's been a pleasure having you with us. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, do all that good stuff, and we will definitely see you again on the next one. Either way, much love to you. Thanks for watching, and we hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Adios.